Hi. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to the Victor Wilt Show. I hope your Monday is starting off better than mine. It's very annoying. Went to bed at a reasonable time. Didn't do anything all weekend that could lead to me not feeling great. But I wake up and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with me? So annoying. Hopefully it clears up as the morning goes on. We'll see how it goes. I ain't got time to not feel 100%. I got a million things to do around here. Anyway, good weekend. Had a good time. We've teamed up with No Limit Guitar Company on all of these awesome giveaways. We gave away a Yamaha electric guitar on Friday. Rulin brought in another guitar for us to give away. So we are hooking it up this week with this sweet Schecter guitar. If you didn't see photos of that on our social media pages, you should go check it out. It's a Schecter Avenger Standard. It's got a sweet red-black fade finish. It's a brand new model. And if you want to sign up to win that guitar, all you got to do is fire up the K-Bear app or the Alt app. Fill out the form and you're in to win. Also, if you swing by No Limit, they've got their big 6-year anniversary sale going on. And with any purchase you make, you get an extra entry into that drawing for the Schecter Avenger Standard that we are going to give away on Friday. Now, the reason I brought this up is with all this guitar talk, I had to go over to No Limit Guitar Company over the weekend, say hi to Rulin, check out their big sale they've got going on. And I'm sure if you're a regular listener, you've heard me talk about how I wanted to get a baritone guitar. It's a 6-string guitar that you can tune down really low. It's kind of in between a bass and a guitar, but you can really riff on it like a regular guitar. Well, I'd been looking at this ESP. It's the HC1000B, all black, very metal. And I went in and I was like, all right, Rulin, let me play that guitar. In like 30 seconds of playing it, I'm like, okay, I gotta have this. So I got a new guitar over the weekend, and holy cow, did I have a satisfying Saturday night of just chugging on low-tuned riffage, just crushing it. It was so good, so great. So anyway, great deals going on there, amazing selection. Go in there and try out an ESP. I'm telling you, Rulin got me hooked on ESPs a couple years ago, and man, I just love this new guitar I picked up on Saturday. So again, I was hoping to go home today, play some guitar, feel great. Now I gotta figure out my day since I'm feeling lousy. Seems to be getting worse too. Like, what's going on here? So hopefully I make it through the show, everybody. Wish me luck on that. And no, I don't just want to go home because I have a new guitar. I'd end up just lazing about and taking a nap. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need some ibuprofen. Anyway, better not be an indicator of things worse to come throughout the week. Ain't nobody got time for this. Anyway, enter to win a guitar. Free guitars cannot be beat. Schecter Avenger Standard up for grabs with No Limit Guitar Company this week. Also, if you're in the market for gear, now is the time. They got the big garage sale going on. You can find some really good deals on all kinds of gear in there. You never know, you might walk in and walk out with something sweet, just like I did over the weekend. Good luck! Hey, what's up? It's Victor Wilt morning. Hanging in there. Stupid Mondays. I hope you're good. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. What do we got going on? I was reading an article about how dogs are scared of Halloween decorations, and I probably should have been finding content for air. I would assume if you have a dog, you know what types of things may frighten your dog. Like 12-foot skeleton? I didn't think about this, but I would imagine a 12-foot skeleton to a dog probably could be scary. Also, little demons coming up to your door, banging on it, saying trick or treat. That could probably scare a dog. Those kids look weird. Weirder than usual. I guess something to be aware of with Halloween coming up quick. Might want to keep the dogs put away for trick-or-treaters, as they could see those little kids as a threat. Well, but I guess be careful taking them out for a walk as well. You know, if you've got neighbors with decorations like mine, you got Leatherface out in the yard with a chainsaw, probably scary to a dog. Yeah. So, be nice to the doggos this Halloween. If you have a dog, maybe. I remember when I was young, this is kind of funny. I just recalled my mom's cat being terrified of a Halloween decoration, one that I still have. It's more of a Halloween costume. It's a Jurassic Park mask. I don't remember the name of the dinosaur, but you know the dinosaur that spits the black goo? I got a mask of that dinosaur, and if I put it on and went like, my mom's cat would be so scared. That was mean. Not very nice of me. But yeah, if you really want to scare a pet, I guess reptilian head, one way to go. What up? It's the Victor Wilt Show. You know, we're in the middle of the month of October. Great time to be digging into some horror movie action. Saw that over the weekend, Terrifier 3, the #1 movie at the box office, which is wild. It was the Battle of the Clowns. You had Joker, Part 2, and then Terrifier 3 and Terrifier 3. Taking Joker out. Pretty awesome that a movie that is, you know, I haven't seen it, but it's a Terrifier movie, guaranteed to be packed with disgusting gore, very over the top. Not the type of movie you would think would end up being #1 at the box office, but as a horror movie fan, I'm pretty cool with that. I've got to check out Terrifier 3. Can't wait to watch it. Well, also over the weekend, Horror Magazine, I don't know if they still make actual magazines, but they got a website, Fangoria. They did their annual 2024 Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, kind of the best in horror from the year 2024. If you're looking to check out some new horror, might as well take a look at some of the award winners. I haven't seen this movie. I thought this came out like prior to 2024. Skinamarink. Well, anyway, it won Best First Feature. So, for a newer director, congratulations. I heard plenty about the movie, but have not seen it. So I guess I'm going to have to add that to the old list. There was a documentary category, and I don't even remember hearing about this either. The Legacy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, winning the Best Documentary Feature. So, maybe not the best horror film to watch, because it's a documentary about a horror film, but you could always go with the classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, can't really go wrong giving that another whirl. Now, I'm seeing the movie Poor Things pop up multiple times in here for like Best Cinematography and some other categories. I didn't realize that Poor Things was a horror movie. Is it? I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. So, let's see. Best TV series, The Last of Us won that. Again, I'm pretty sure that came out in 2023. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly the time frame. That's the cutoff for these awards. What do we got for like the best movie here? I'm seeing best screenplay. They got a million different categories here. Okay, best international movie, When Evil Lurks. I watched When Evil Lurks, and that movie is crazy. I talked about it on air with Peaches. You should definitely check out When Evil Lurks. It's, I can't remember what language it's in. Watch it with the subtitles. It's wild. It was definitely one of the best horror movies I saw in the last year. Best limited release, I saw The TV Glow. I watched that recently. I don't know if I'd classify that as a horror movie either, but lots of buzz for I saw The TV Glow. I mean, it was okay. I expected it to be a lot better. That just based on the hype. But, is what it is. All right. Lots of awards for Evil Dead Rise, which was fun. I mean, maybe there wasn't a lot of good horror that came out. I thought it was fun, but nothing mind-blowing. Okay, best wide release movie, Godzilla -1. And it was up against Abigail, Evil Dead Rise, The First Omen, Infinity Pool, Late Night with the Devil, Megan, Talk to Me, and When Evil Lurks. All right, Godzilla -1 has been on my list of movies I need to see. Have not watched it. But if it beat out Late Night with the Devil, it's got to be pretty good. Because Late Night with the Devil, that's some top-notch horror there. And When Evil Lurks was also in the list. So if Godzilla -1 is taking both of those out, Megan was fun, but I mean, I don't know if I'd call it the best horror movie of the year. I guess Godzilla -1, which I believe is on Netflix, if not Max. I know it's out there on streaming. That would be one I recommend checking out, simply based on the hype as well. So maybe I'll try to watch that soon and let you know what I think. Just stumbled across an article. You're not going to want to spend 24 hours in this Idaho town. And it was a clickbait article. One of these that's like, yeah, you're going to need much more than 24 if you visit Ketchum. Come on, 107.9 Light FM. I believe this is a Twin Falls radio station. We talked about this website last week with their clickbaity lists. You know that they wanted to do the article. You're not going to want to spend 24 hours in this Idaho town, start bashing on something, but they didn't have the guts. Didn't have the guts. I don't even know if I'd have the guts to put up an article on our website bashing on an Idaho town. Though I could think of some. You know, you're not going to want to spend 24 hours in this Idaho town. I think you know where I'm going. You're not going to want to spend 30 minutes in this Idaho town. That town, Burley. And 107.9 Light FM, they probably broadcast in Burley. So much as they wanted to say it, they just couldn't. Just couldn't do it. So I got your back. 107.9 Light FM. I'll let everybody know. If you're heading out on a road trip, that's the one spot to avoid. But I mean, I'd probably lump Twin Falls in there too. That's just me. You know, I think the older generation underestimates the younger generation. I mean, this post I found online, I have a feeling that these are things that young people would know. The question posed online was, what's a sign to leave a party that not a lot of young people know? Usually signs to leave a party are pretty obvious. So let's go through these and see if I think young people just wouldn't get it. That they would need to have this explained to them. All right, if there's two or more guys being loud and one of them suddenly takes his shirt off, you have somewhere between 1 second and 1 minute to skedaddle before the fight starts. Everybody knows if two dudes are arguing and one of them takes off their shirt, fight's about to erupt, right? You don't need to tell young people that. If you've watched a movie, you know what's going down. Any kind of movie where dudes are arguing and a shirt comes off, you know there's a fight. All right, so I ain't buying that one. Let's see here. What else do we got? When all the fun, vibey people have left and it's just the super drunk people trying to hold it together, time to go. Yeah, I think most people could figure that out too. If everybody's hammered and you're not having fun, time to leave. You know? Host puts their hands on their knees, stands up and says, well, it's getting late. I think that the older generation needs to be told that too. Some people just, everything goes right over their head. That's not an only young people problem. Or if you're the host, you can just go to bed and you better hope that everybody you have over are people you trust to not destroy your home and steal your things. That's why I don't throw parties, yeah? I got a handful of people that I trust at my place, and it's a small handful of people. Let's see, if the host starts cleaning up instead of socializing, it's either time to help or time to leave. Again, I don't think young people need to be told that. I think that's all ages. I think that these older folks commenting on Reddit are underestimating young people significantly. All right, I like how the comments split neatly between two different types of parties. Advice on how to be considerate to guests and be considerate guests or advice on how to avoid getting stabbed. Yep. I think that, your gut instinct is what you need to follow here in all of these situations. There are people starting to trash the place. Yeah, probably a good time to get out before the cops show up, all right? So far, 0 of these responses are things that I don't think any young person couldn't just figure out on their own. And I tried to think about it like, okay, what would be a sign to leave a party that not a lot of young people know? I don't know. I really can't think of anything because I think that common sense and gut instinct is going to lead you to know when it's time to get on out of there. So, a very popular post online on Reddit, but I think it's a pretty dumb one. So let's move on. Hey, if you haven't joined us at one of our recent haunted meetups, we had a blast Friday night at the Haunted Mill in Teton, one of East Idaho's premier haunted attractions. Well, we've got one more haunted meetup coming your way. It's going down this week. And if you want to get in on it, you need to go see Peaches. Going to be broadcasting live at Grease Monkey in Pokey Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Getting you signed up for a spot to join us at the Lost Souls attractions in Shelley. Got the Theater of the Lost Souls, the Hospital of the Lost Souls. You come snag a spot on the guest list, and you can decide which of the 2 you would like to attend Thursday night with us out in Shelley for the Haunted Meetup powered by Grease Monkey, Wackerly Subaru, and Wackerly Auto Center. Again, the only way to get in on the guest list for the Haunted Meetup is to go see Peaches Wednesday at Grease Monkey in Pokey on Quinn Road, 4 to 6 p.m. So set a reminder, go see Peaches, get a spot on the guest list, and then we will see you Thursday night at the Lost Souls attractions in Shelley. So excited. It's one of the best. So if you've never been out there, might as well try to go for free. Dax Riggs, didn't know yet what I'd know when I was bleeding. What up? It's Victor Wilt. I had to play some Dax Riggs this morning because Dax Riggs, for the first time in 14 years, has dropped some new music. Yeah, apparently on that Tool schedule for dropping new music about every 13, 14 years or so. Very exciting, as Dax is probably my favorite vocalist of all time. I saw a post pop up in the K-Bear group where somebody was very excited that we played Acid Bath over the weekend as part of our K-Bear's Rockin' Halloween with No Limit Guitar Company. Well, yeah, you gotta have creepy songs from Acid Bath and Dax Riggs in the mix for Halloween music. Now I just need to work on getting a copy of the new song, Deceiver, which came out today. I dug it, thought it was really good. From the upcoming album 7 Songs for Spiders, which is coming out January 24th. Can be pre-ordered at daxriggs.com. I know he's not a radio star, but I like to turn you on to good music. And if you've never listened to the band Acid Bath, they only put out a couple albums. But in the metal world, both albums held in extremely high regard. Like I said, probably my favorite vocalist of all time. And all of his solo stuff is really great. The new track, Deceiver, again, out now. As soon as I get a copy of it, I'll throw it on the show. But had to get something going in celebration of Dax Riggs' new music release date. Very exciting, for me anyhow. And, didn't expect it on a Monday. Usually New Music Day is a Friday. So that was pretty cute. Freak news powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. All right, let's begin with some important breaking Bigfoot news. According to the Daily Star, interdimensional Bigfoot is smarter than humans and can run at 100 miles per hour, according to Bigfoot experts. There was a Bigfoot convention in Pennsylvania, and I was unaware that Bigfoot was an interdimensional beast. Thought it was only reptilians that we have to worry about as far as being interdimensional monsters. But no, Bigfoot as well. And yes, can run at high speeds 100 miles per hour. Very, very quick. That's really fast. Have you ever been out in the woods and all of a sudden just a whoosh goes by? Whoosh. You're like, what was that? It was Bigfoot. Yeah. Just like in The Boys. Yeah. A-Train. Who'd win in a race, A-Train or Bigfoot? I don't know. I think A-Train's faster than 100 miles an hour. 100's pretty quick, but you can still see it coming and going. I don't know why I haven't heard of Bigfoot running at high speed till now. All those videos I see of Bigfoot just slowly trudging along. Guess he ran out of steam. All right, what else do we got here? Giant snakes. They found the fossilized remains of a just ridiculously large snake, 50 feet long. They got a picture of a guy next to what this snake would have looked like. I am glad we live now, all right? Most of the giant beasts that we have to worry about killing us, they're like, I don't know, as far as this size of monster goes, we've got, I don't know, whales. This thing's ridiculous. Ugh, terrifying. Can you imagine if that's what you had to worry about in the woods? 50-foot snakes that are, I mean, monsters. Gigantic monsters. Because it's not like, according to this image, the snake was just long. Like, this thing, as far as the girth of the snake, oh, I'm going to just close that out. That's a nightmare fuel. Yeah, guess I'll stick with gators. Jeez. All right, we also hear a lot about dangers in the world. If you're planning a vacation, you might want to avoid these cities. I was kind of surprised by the list of the most dangerous cities in America. I didn't assume that Memphis, Tennessee would be at the top. But most of the cities on this list are from down south, as a matter of fact. Where did the full list go? I had it up here just a second ago. Okay, here we go. Most dangerous cities in the U.S., places to avoid. Memphis, number 1. Don't go. Detroit at number 2. Fort Lauderdale, Florida at 3. And we got a couple of Louisiana towns rounding out the top 5, Baton Rouge and New Orleans. You want to know the other 5 in the top 10? Baltimore, Cleveland, Oakland, Philadelphia, and San Bernardino. San Bernardino, also the dirtiest city in America, so it's dangerous and dirty. Aside from maybe going to something like the Mayhem Fest that happened over the weekend, why go to San Bernardino? It's close to Disneyland. Yeah, it's a popular tourist destination, and I have no idea why. I would assume hotels are cheap and people are visiting things that are close by. Who's actually hanging out in San Bernardino? What's there to do? I've been to San Bernardino. My band actually played a metal fest there back in the day. I don't remember anything about San Bernardino aside from that show. I don't remember anything standing out like, oh, this is San Bernardino. All right. I've driven through there numerous times. Well, anyway, yeah. No Chicago on the list, no New York City, none of the places you'd expect. For the most part, all down south. I don't know. I guess not only is it dangerous because of terrible weather. All right, guess we ain't got it so bad around here. It's going to get cold, but that's about it for now. At least we're safe. All right, Freak News powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. I'll be back in a minute. It's the Victor Wiltz Show. We got Peaches in the house. Morning, Peaches. What's happening?
Oh, nothing much. What's going on with you?
Well, I was just learning how to win the lottery.
Oh, boy. Not this again.
Yeah. I just need someone to loan me about $26 million. Because what you got to do is buy about 13 million lottery tickets and try to, get every possible number combination, and then you're going to win.
So if you spend $26 million, what's the profit?
These guys profited $20 million. 3 Europeans. They bought 99% of the number combinations in the Texas lottery, won themselves a $95 million jackpot. So after all the taxes and everything, it was 40-something. So they made off with about $20 million.
That's not that much.
$20 million?
When you spend $26 million,
yeah, but you get that back too.
You get that back plus another $20 million. I don't know.
Imagine for 3 days effort, because all they did for 3 days was sit and buy lottery tickets. 3 days, you need the $26 million to do it, but then you get $20 million for 3 days of work. That's a lot of money.
I don't see why that's a lot of money.
$20 million?
To spend $26 million on something.
Yeah, but you get it all back. You didn't really spend it.
Yeah, but still, you still spent $26 million. How did they get the $26 million? Are they billionaires
That's
over
a good
in Europe?
question. That's why I'm throwing it out there. I know we got some people in the area with lots of money. We just need 3 days of PTO and a bank of machines where you can just churn out lottery tickets. Texas is trying to figure out how to put a stop to this. I guess they're going to get rid of self-purchasing lottery ticket machines and things like that.
Was it in Texas? I thought you said it was in Europe for some reason.
Well, these guys were Europeans.
Okay.
But I don't know if they don't have lottery over there. They went to Texas to do the dirty deed. I guess there were places where, there'd just be a big bank of lottery ticket machines. So these guys just camped out and just did nothing but buy lottery tickets.
And now they're trying to
get
rid of it because people were successful with it?
Yes.
That's so stupid.
Well,
you don't offer something if you can't, if you can find a loophole in the system, sure.
Yeah,
use it.
Totally. That's why if there's anybody out there with lots of dough and you want to spend a few days just hanging out at the lottery machine, I'm down. It'd be worth it. 20 mil. Okay, let's say you had to split that between 3 people. That's approximately 7 mil a person. $7 million bucks. I think I could retire from the morning show, Peaches, at $7 million.
Definitely.
If it was $1 million, I don't think I could.
No.
Not anymore. $1 million's not going to get you by, but $7 million, you invest it right. You could live off $7 million off the interest and things you get. You might be able to live off $7 million just off interest from putting it in the bank. You might not even have to put it in the stock market. I'm no money expert.
Oh, you should see some of those posts on r/Wall Street Bets.
Oh, yeah.
On Reddit, where some guys lose like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I have seen that. Those guys are maniacs, man. Those Wall Street, day traders, they're crazy. They're crazy. Though every once in a while, they help it pay off for everybody else, like with the GameStop thing. Wish I would have dumped a bunch of money into that when the internet was running wild with that.
Or Bitcoin.
There
was a website back in 2010 that was called like the Bitcoin Sync. And if you turned it on or did something with it, it would actually give you like a few Bitcoin each time.
I remember when Bitcoin was like brand new, and I was like, wow, that's dumb. That's never going to do anything.
And now look.
And I could have, been racking up Bitcoin at the time because it didn't cost anything. And it was like, I don't remember the initial price for one Bitcoin, but it was like nothing. And you could easily mine it on your computer at the time as well because nobody was using it. Could be rich. I've missed out on so many get-rich-quick schemes. That's why I need someone to loan me $26 million. Just a small loan.
I was going to say, I need a small loan.
A small loan of $26 million. I'll pay it back in 3 days. And Idaho Lottery, you're going down. Going down. We've got to have some pretty big jackpots going on. They did the changes to Mega Millions to make the jackpots go up quicker. Now $5 tickets.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Jeez. See, I can throw $2 in the garbage and not feel too bad about my losses when I never win anything on a Powerball or Mega Millions, but $5?
Why would you want to spend money overall on that stupid thing?
Because somebody wins sometimes, Peaches.
Yeah, but look at the astronomical chances of you winning it.
Yeah, you're not going to win, but it's fun to dream. You get on Zillow and you're like, where am I going to move after I win $500 million in Powerball? I can go anywhere.
That would absolutely suck if you won the thing and then they're like, all right, Peaches, you're in charge of K-Bear now. Victor's out of here.
Oh, yeah, dude, because guaranteed, if I won that kind of money, I'm not going to just work a full-time job.
No, of course not. You'd be out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I would miss what I do because it's fun, and I appreciate the K-Bear Army, but I'm sorry.
You'd probably do like some sort of like podcast on your own in your own time with your own home studio.
Maybe, but, when you get that kind of money, then everybody, wants to try to take your money.
Nah.
You have people that end up getting held hostage, kidnapped. People coming out of the woodwork trying to blackmail you and things. Have you ever read up on lottery horror stories?
Oh, yeah. But I would say it'd be safe to tell me for sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm being serious. Like, I would not do anything. I would not be like, give me money. No, it's just, you won your money, there you go.
I think I'm destined to win the lottery because I have the most generic real name. I could take off and no one would ever find me again. unless I put myself out there online.
It's just me and Jay that know that you won, and that's it?
Yeah, well, if I suddenly disappeared, I'm either dead, and then that would make the news.
Yeah.
But if I just disappeared and, like, my family didn't seem worried, if my kids were like, nah, he's fine, that meant I won the lottery. And I'm sad that I threw out the places I like on air because people would have a rough idea of where they might be able to track me down. So I might have to find somewhere new.
I would just text me like,
sneaky.
Did it happen? And you go, yes. I'm like, sweet. And then that's it.
That's right. Yes. I'm rich. I'm rich. Don't worry, listeners. It's not going to happen.
You then would just have to send me a photo of the Dolce & Gabbana refrigerator.
That would be the sign. If you ever see on my social media page a picture of me standing next to the Dolce & Gabbana fridge doing thumbs up, that means I won the lottery and all is well in the world. And then, I don't know. I got to figure out what to do with my time.
Wouldn't you get the stove too and all the other matching
You'd have to get the full kitchen set.
The Dolce & Gabbana toaster that's like $800.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, my kitchen would be decked out with all Dolce & Gabbana stupid appliances that look ridiculous. All right, Peaches and I, we're hanging out. It's Monday. Be back in a minute. Just wanted to let you know it's not only your boss who isn't paying you enough money. There was a UCLA astrophysics professor who is claiming that he's now been left homeless because he can't afford the rent in LA, making, let's see, what's he making here to be a professor at UCLA, a astrophysics professor, 70 grand in LA, which is, I think, about the equivalent of making about $35,000 here. Average rent in the neighborhoods surrounding UCLA, about $4,200, which that's got to be about that guy's take-home pay for the month, right? Jeez. Yeah, he, I guess has been living on a couch at a friend's house. Oh boy. Could be worse, see? You could have gone to college for so many years that you become a professor in astrophysics and still can't afford an apartment. All right. Might have made you feel a little bit better about yourself today, or worse, I don't know. But yeah, that's it's pretty wild. Good luck to them finding staff. It's like the radio jobs Peaches and I were talking about. Was it KLOS, the biggest rock station in LA, hiring for about the same amount to do the afternoon show? As far as I know, they're still hiring. Because who's going to do that job? If you can't afford an apartment, why on earth would you move to LA for a radio job? So ridiculous. But it's good to know. Yeah, it's also the college business. Sucks for a lot of people right now, too. Makes me feel better about my industry. I'm definitely a little bit out of it today. I don't know why. Behaved myself all weekend, was productive, got stuff done around the house, went to bed early, wake up feeling pretty good, get ready for the day, get to work, and just all of a sudden, all out of whack. Not doing great. And so I'm reading through articles trying to find crap to talk about, and I see this headline. You could be eating illegally made Seattle dogs as vendors claim competition evades regulations. And this is a pretty straightforward article. It's just about people selling hot dogs outside of sporting events that aren't licensed to do so. But as I was reading through it, I'm like, what does this have to do with people eating dogs? And I guess there's just been too much eating dogs stuff in the news. So I'm like, is this another eating dogs story? It's another conspiracy theory, tin hat thing here? No. I think it's just the way they worded the headline. You could be eating illegally made Seattle dogs. And I'm like, what does that mean? Illegally made? I mean, if you're eating dogs at all, that's a problem. Who cares how they were made and how do you illegally make a dog? Is that some type of illegal breeding program? I guess they're illegally made if you're not licensed to breed particular dogs. Sorry. I'm sure that this news radio website worded it this way on purpose, knowing that people are going to click, like, more dog eating stories. Some guy actually yelled at me online the other day. This was maybe a week or two ago, before I gave up on trying to tell people, hey, dude, everything you're sharing is completely fake. Please stop it. You're driving me crazy. All of that is made up. And so some guy was arguing with me about something political. I don't even remember what it was. But his response was, at one point, you probably don't even think people are eating people's pets. And I was like, all right, dude, I'm out of here. I am not even going to entertain this level of ridiculousness. And then I got looking around and I realized, I've said on air that I think it's insane that people think people are eating cats and dogs. You know, that was a viral political thing a few weeks ago. A lot of people really think that. Y'all need to do some Googling, all right? Need to look into this. Even in Seattle, pretty sure we don't have rampant pet eating going on, but I don't want somebody to get mad at me again for saying that. I just base my opinion on the facts that I see getting shared all across the internet, aside from Facebook. You know, all the investigations and things like that. But I guess be careful in Seattle. The hot dogs are not made out of dogs, but they might be illegal hot dogs. But they're just hot dogs, regardless of what the headline might make you think. Again, I probably just read into it wrong, but I think they were trying to get people to click. I am super jealous of everybody who got to see Gojira along with Spirit Box and Korn over the weekend. Give you a nice big, good for you. Now, I'm sure it was awesome. Thank you to those who posted some footage from the show. Looked like an amazing time. You know, a variety of great shows coming up. If you're looking to get out and see some live music, we got the ultimate list over at riverbendmediagroup.com. Hit up our event calendar and sort by event type, concert/rock, to find out about all of the amazing rock and metal shows coming to the area. I mean, this week, bunch of great bands going to be in the region. Lorna Shore, Whitechapel, Iron Maiden, Wage War. Tons of great shows coming up. You want to find out about all of them? Just go check out that concert calendar, and I guarantee you're going to find something up your alley, because there are so many bands out on the road. Weather's pretty decent. It is supposed to get kind of cool later in the week, so we're headed toward that time of year where you're going to want to get out and do everything fun you can now. Soon enough, we're going to be hunkered down dealing with the Idaho 6 months of winter. So, yeah, perfect time to go to a show is right now. Well, you know, we get a lot of interesting questions on Traffic School, powered by the Advocates, Friday mornings, 8:45 a.m. I don't think we've ever been asked about driving a Power Wheels vehicle while hammered. You know, the little kid cars that you all wish you would have got when you were little. Every kid, I wish I had a Power Wheel. I bought one for my kids one time. Well, Santa brought it. But anyway, the thing was a piece of trash, all right? I had never been more disappointed with a toy for my kids than the Power Wheel that we got them for Christmas. Anyway, back to a guy driving one of these hammered. You can get a DUI, at least in Indiana. Guy was driving a Power Wheels Jeep, and the article's kind of funny because it says in a press release, the most concerning part of the odd scenario was that the Power Wheels had no lights or reflectors and was difficult to see. Aren't they all like neon pink? Come on. Even at night, how hard could it be to see one of those? They don't go very fast, though. What, like 3 miles an hour? What did they do? Walk up and grab the guy? Hey, sir, stop. No, listen. And then they just stop. The thing weighs like maybe 30 pounds. I mean, 51-year-old man, wasted. Not only on alcohol, but they also found meth and other things in his system. Well, it's probably why he thought it was a good idea to go cruising around on a main thoroughfare in a Power Wheel. We got to deal with bicyclists annoying us around here. Thankfully, not this. I don't recall ever seeing even a, man in his mid-20s cruising around in the road on a Power Wheel, let alone hammered. So we're still not to Indiana levels of, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. It's not mayhem. Whatever. That happened. Just want to let you know. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that?
No,
God.
I have to say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.